This segment brought to you by Bob Schwartz Financial. Values, commitment, transparency.
On here with you today, alongside me in the studio is Jeff Freeborn of Flint Hills Scuba. And if you're just joining us, well, that's what we're talking about today. We're talking all about scuba diving, and we're picking Jeff's brain when it comes to what do we need to do if we want to dive, what he's gone through personally, recreational diving. Just got done actually in the last segment talking about how he was on the Riley County Search and Rescue team, how he's helped train the Geary County dive team, which is actually a combination between the Geary County Sheriff's Office and Geary County Sheriff's Office and the Geary County Fire Department. They just recently formed a dive team so they could respond quicker to Milford Lake. I'm assuming Riley County Search and Rescues for Tuttle Creek. So actually, in fact, I know those teams do come in handy, especially when it comes to water rescues, because believe it or not, in Kansas, there are water rescues that need to be performed every once in a while. So, Jeff, we kind of picked your brain about what got you into scuba. You've told us about Flint Hills Scuba. You're an experienced instructor, been an instructor since '97, originally from the Hayes area. You were out on the West Coast for a while and now have been back in Kansas for quite some time now. And
I assisted the previous instructor at K-State for a number of years, but I took over 5 years ago. And so I've been teaching classes, 4 classes a year at the university, and also students through UFM, University for Mankind, have all kinds of the things they offer in Manhattan. And so I've had to adapt to my academic piece being done virtually through Zoom, as a lot of people have done in this last year for meetings as opposed to face-to-face. So that's been a little odd, but it's actually worked much better than I would have really anticipated. I just completed the second Zoom session with a K-State class, and we're allowed now this coming week, we'll meet and we're doing our pool work now, all of my pool work now, that the K-State pool is closed, is at the Junction City YMCA. And then we get together really for one pretty full weekend. In fact, for this current class, it'll be the first weekend in March. We'll get together at the Junction City Y on a Saturday and a Sunday and take them through all of the necessary pool skills. Students do very well, and they don't need extra time, but I have periodically given students additional time if I don't think their skills are where they need to be to dive safely yet. Mm-hmm. And we'll figure out another session, and maybe just 1 or 2 students out of a class comes back and does that extra pool work to make sure that they've got their skills where they need to be. It's worked well for us.
So what would you say would be maybe the biggest obstacle or biggest difference moving from confined water to open water?
In terms of the skills, there is no difference. It's all psychological. None of the skills learned whilst training to scuba dive are physically that difficult. You know, some of the equipment's a little heavy, but I have trained, the youngest student I've trained is 13. The oldest student I trained was a retired professor from K-State who was 82. The difficulties in learning to scuba dive are seldom physical. They're more kind of a state of mind. In other words, how comfortable are you not only in the water on the surface, but can you relax and get comfortable underwater? And can you deal with water in front of your face and in front of your nose? Okay, if your mask leaks, and they typically, or just to clear the fog out of your mask, underwater you lift your mask off your face, put water in, slosh it around, and then there's a technique for draining the water out of your mask while still underwater. You're using air out of your lungs to push the water out of your mask. But some people struggle with that. That is actually the hardest skill for many to get past, because as soon as that mask is off their face, they tend to inhale through your nose. If you inhale through your nose, you pull water into your nose, you cough and sputter, you shoot to the surface, and you're not very happy with your instructor.
I'm Bob Schwartz, and I've devoted the last 43 years to helping Kansans reach their retirement goals and to protect the family farm. At Bob Swartz Financial, we believe everyone should be able to live the retirement they've always dreamed of. Our team of professionals can help you create an efficient strategy using a variety of investment vehicles to help you address your financial needs and your concerns. Bob Swartz Financial values commitment and transparency.